What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to another video. In this video, I want to talk about how narcissists will abandon anyone, anywhere, and it doesn't matter the circumstances or how severe the situation is. They don't care. They are very selfish individuals, and they will just up and leave you at any waking moment, even when you think that you can depend on them to be there. But what they expect from you is for you to always be available when they need you around, or even just always, on standby, on ready to go when they call for you. What I notice about when a narcissist is not around at work, how much peaceful the atmosphere is. Of course, I'm going to notice it. But what I notice about the new supply and how they maneuver, they don't get around very well. They feel very lost. It's like they don't know how to function because the narcissist is not around to, to just monitor every move they make and navigate everything, every move they make, everything that they do. The narcissist is not there to reorganize or pretty much give them the okay to just do whatever. And so they don't know how to take very well to that. So they can't get along on their own. It's like they're in a unfamiliar place, a place that they're in 5 days a week. They've been there for years. And that's how the narcissists really affect your mind, because you don't have thoughts of your own anymore. It's like you're just everything you do, every decision you make, it belongs to the narcissist, or it has to get the okay before you can make a move on your own. And so I just notice how they just run around there like chickens with their heads cut off. And they're asking questions to things that you know how it goes. You're just afraid to do it because the narcissist is not here to give you the okay. That's how they really get inside of people's mind. And see, when you get that power back from the narc, that is what's going to show you that you never belonged to them in the first place. And how you're going to see that you never belonged to them is that the narcissist is going to start to punish you based on the fact that you're living on your own free will now. And you know that you don't deserve a punishment, but that's what the narcissist needs you to believe, that you have no right to basically get away from them and just shut them off. And it's not always about shutting off, it's about setting boundaries. But they don't know what boundaries is because they don't want to respect boundaries. They're not going to respect boundaries. Sometimes it's going to seem like they're respecting it so that it won't look like to certain people. Narcissists know how to act when certain people are around. Trust me, they're not that crazy. They know how to act. They're going to show you the full crazy of them. But around certain people, they're just going to let them see just a glimpse of it. And, just to make it kind of look like a lightheaded characteristic. I mean, a lighthearted characteristic, which nothing about them is lighthearted. Everything is pretty much masked and put away. And then until you see the real them, later on down the line, which usually comes with rage. So the thing about it is, the new supply, they're not aware that you don't have to follow their rules. I even used to be like that until I was able to wake up from it and, snap out of doing things her way. And that's when I start to notice, by doing my own little experiment with her, like, oh, so that's what bothers you, is the fact that I'm not following your rules anymore that I never had to follow in the first place. So, they don't know how to function very well when the narc is not around, and the narc is always keeping tabs on them. And the narcissist will up and abandon a new supply at any time to put them to a test and see their loyalty as far as checking in on them. Narcissists will just make up a lie about being sick or injured or needing to be there for someone else in order to just abandon you, just to put you to a test to see how well you're going to take their absence. That's what they do. I see this every day with the narc, and that's just at work alone. But all of them act that way. And a lot of time they use that excuse that they needed to be somewhere else, which is why they just up and left you, because it was such an urgency that they just leave without notice. And that's why I had to just disappear that way. And as long as they know they can put that in your mind and make it believable, they know they got you right where they want you to constantly believe them, And so, that's how they get the narc to just, just be a very unfunctioning person when they're not around. But they abandon you in a way that makes you, it's like they're making you understand that just because I'm not here now, I will be back later. So don't think of no tricks. Don't try to pull a fast one on me, because I will be back. And that effect that it has on the new supplies, that they know not to say too much, and they want to. Like, they want to exhale and just vent and say things that they haven't been able to say because the narc is around. Things that are weighing heavy on their heart. And all you have to do is just start the conversation. And you're going to just hear a whole lot of stuff pouring out. I get that from people at work, because one thing they know that I'm not going to do is repeat it to the narcissist. They know that, they can rely on me to keep their secrets. They know that they can come to me to speak to me about, what they're going through with this person. And I made a comment today that I'm going to take a couple of days. I'm just going to take a couple of days. I'm not going to tell them when, because it's been very stressful. We've been short-staffed, and work just been pure hell, on top of dealing with other stuff like that. And one of her suppliers was like, no, you're not. And it's like all of them give me that same response when I just throw that statement out that I'm going to take a couple of days. It's just like, even though you don't have to be that way, you don't have to be this way, this available for this person. Like, you don't have to be like that. Break free and be like me. And it's just like, they can't take days because of how she's going to feel. But she just up and abandons them and take days off and just sits back in the cut and just stalks and watches and keeping tabs on them and checking in and just see how things are operating. Not only because it's like sometimes they set things up in that way to sabotage work, so that, I'm not going to come in on a day that I think things are going to be difficult, because they want you to scramble and to have a hard time, getting around without them, because you're so reliable on them. They sit back and watch those things. It's like watching a hamster on a wheel. It's like watching, like an experiment going on in a laboratory, because you just want to see how, the reaction or response to things. They get their kicks off of that, for no reason at all, other than just to sit back and smirk about it. Like, I have the power and I have the control, and that's all they need to know. That's what makes them, feel a little good about themselves. And who wants to feel good about having control over another individual? Like, who wants to feel good about that? So that's why they do that, though. That's why they just up and abandon you at any time. They don't care. And another thing I want to mention real quick before I end this video is how the narcissist made a comment about our coworker who's out dealing with cancer and everything. She made the comment because someone else at work said, I got to go see her and probably drop her off some things, that she can drink or eat. And she said, so have you thought about going to go see her, whatever? And she said, yeah, I've thought about going to go see her, but I don't know what I'm going to take her. And the narc said, I just can't think of what I can bring her, though, because I know everybody else probably bringing her the same thing. They just got to look at stuff like, what I do just has to stand out. It got to be special. So, that's all that matters, is how she feel about what I brought her. Like, that don't even matter. First of all, it's not from the heart. You're not genuine. You're doing it as a form of competition. So you need to just move around anyway and stay out of the way. So the person said, well, just bring money, if you don't know what to buy her, just bring money. And I was saying to myself, that's what I'm probably going to go drop off, some funds or something. That way she can go, and when she have the strength and everything and fill up to go into the store, she can go buy what she want. You don't always have to buy a person something. But narcissists are not like that. They're so controlling to the point that it has to be something of substance so that they can say, I did that, because money, I mean, everybody does that. I want to be able to say, I bought that. They have to feel special at all times, and it ain't even about them, you know. So it's like, because this person mentioned, why don't you bring her money? She got so mad and made the ugliest face. She already ugly. She was like, money? I don't have money to give her. I don't have money to give nobody. So she get a check just like me. I was like, oh my gosh, she did not just say that about her. Oh, my good friend. It just hurts me to know she's going through this. You know how they repeat everything that just sounds genuine, like they're saying it from a true empathy. When it's all fake, it's empty. There's nothing there, just some words, you know. And it's like people looking like, not you saying that about your good friend who you're so hurt behind the fact that she's dealing with this. Well, no, I'm not saying it like that. And then she get more mad. I'm not saying it like that. Like, I don't care. I'm just saying I don't have the money right now. See, that's how they just change the personality. It just changed channels on you. And it's like you trying to keep up with it because you don't know. Like, to me, what's more entertaining? All of it is just so fake. Such an act that the others can't catch on to yet. So it's entertaining to me, but it's still sad. It's still sad to know that people really, people who really operate that way in order to just always make themselves feel away. And that's just how narcissist is. And because she's not, it's like people are looking at her now. And so it kind of exposes her in a way, because they're looking at her as, I just can't believe that you would say that about your friend. So now she's abandoning and punishing the person. Like, how can you punish your friend who you were just thinking about going buy something for? You just can't think of what. Because other people are calling you out on the attitude of not wanting to give money, the same money you were going to spend on buying something that you can't even think, because it got to be special, it got to stand out. You think she's worried about that? She's dealing with cancer. She's not even worried about the money. It'll be good for her just to see people, to come around and visit sometime, just to hear your voice and know that you still care. But all those other things, it helps. But to put so much thought into something that don't really even matter to her right now, like, that just goes to show how narcissists operate, how they think. And there's no heart in the situation for them. Never. It's all about selfishness, competition, being in control, standing out, feeling important, and needing so much attention now. Like, you need praises for the type of things you brought her as a care package. Who looks for... Anyway, I'm about to end this video, y'all. I just wanted to speak on how narcissists abandon you at any time. And I said all that to say that she abandoned her. And she's the only one not going for the visit, because I'm going on tomorrow. Everyone else has been going since last week. I ain't want to go around her dealing with that cold. I'm still kind of nursing the cold. It ain't that bad no more though. But, I'm going to go and see her tomorrow. And everything, like I was telling y'all, I'm giving her some space, giving her some time. And she's been texting me. And she told me that she had to end up in the hospital because of that mass on her lung. And it, difficult to breathe and everything. And, it's just like, I know it's going to be hard for me to go see her like that. But I'm going to go see her like that. I'm going to go see her. And, and whatever come up, going to come out. But I'm going to really, really try to be strong, because the last thing she needs is for me to go there and get the crying and all that. Like, I really don't want to do that. I just want to go and see her. I miss her. and stuff like that. And I hate that she going through this, but I had to trip y'all out today with this one about the narc and how they will abandon you no matter the circumstance, the situation, what you going through. Because you know what? It's all about them, not you, not your sickness, not nothing. It's all about them. Always keep that in mind when you deal with someone who makes everything about, just so precise about stuff that don't matter, and it takes away from the moment and from the whole spirit of it all. Like a person, and I'm gonna say this real quick in this video, like when you're going shopping for Christmas and you're like, all right, we're gonna split up and go buy each other something. And it's like a person make it so difficult because they got the not only put so much thought into it, they make the shopping the you know the they make the moment about a presentation that's gonna stand out, and they want to stand back and wait on people's reactions and applause and put the spotlight on them, like you know like like you the bomb, you the one, you did the best, you got the best gift, like it's not about that, it's not even about that. But when you're dealing with narcissists, that's how they think, so you can't expect nothing different. So I'm gonna end the video right here. Thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for being patient. Thank y'all for being supportive. Thanks for all my new subscribers. Thanks for the donation that I received. I also left you a message in case you want me to shout you out on a community board, because I like to do that. And I'm waiting on a response because I don't want to just put people's name up there anymore, and y'all might not want that. But I appreciate the donation, and thank y'all for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.